Hey everyone. Um, this is me helping Andrew pick a platoon. He sent me 4 platoons, and he was like, "None of these are super competitive, I know, but my aim is to win 2 games." And there's at least one of those platoons, Andrew, where I think you can do that. I think there are actually 2, maybe 3. So let's all go and see what Andrew is doing with his competitive list building, shall we? Um, let's start not with this one. Let's start with this one. Right. So, one of the lists is a dad's army with a first lieutenant regular, and then all the trimmings that you typically see in dad's armies. Dad's armies are typically labors of love, and they're not hyper competitive in any sense of the word. I've never seen a dad's army do well at any event. Um, but people have fun building and painting them. Um, oh, look at this double observer. That's always good. One of them being naval observer. So not completely uncompetitive. And this commando section is pretty good as well. Lots of infantry, rapid fire. Everything can use that. That's really good. The support is also nice. Blacker bombard, medium mortar, um, heavy howitzer, and a cruiser with a light howitzer. So there is a lot of HE and a lot of skirmish here. The infantry is not going to stand up in a dedicated fight, and you only have one real push unit. So what you're hoping here is for your artillery observers to pin down the enemy long enough for your HE to start killing them, basically. And that can happen. You can win games with this. I just think that some of the others are better. So the second one here is called the Frank Force, which is tank platoon. Um, 16 order dice, 1100 points. 16 order dice is pretty good for a tank platoon. It typically ends up a little lower. Brings Matildas. This Matilda, I don't see the point of this Matilda. Single turret mounted HMD for 120 points. That is too expensive for everything. More Matildas, not very good, but it does. They do have howitzers, which is kind of nice. The Observer, weak infantry, quad tractor, early war motorcycle. That is pretty good. Although I would ideally get 3. Machine gun carrier, utility car, brain carrier, 3 brain carriers. So that is each of the infantry units go into one of these. This is a tank platoon, but without the real punch of a tank platoon. It doesn't have any direct killing power. The lighthouses can do work, but not against enemy tanks. So for me, this is also weak and has obvious weaknesses. And if you're running a tank platoon, you know that there are going to be other tank platoons. This is not going to win you 2 games. Not if you're facing off against enemy tank platoons with Darker Panzers or Stewards or even OT 34s. It's just not going to stand up. Then we have a Sea Lion armored platoon. 3-inch mortar carrier, 13 order dice, a little lower. That means more points have been spent. Mortar carrier again. A lot of focus on this HE in your lists here. I like that. That can do work. The light tank here, that is pretty okay. Same with the cruiser, with the light howitzer. Yeah. This is a good tank at 125 points. Yes, it is only a 7+, but it's a mix between an HE tank and a darker tank. Lovely. Rapid fire, not needed for this. Skirmish sections here. I like the inclusion of an anti-tank rifle. Don't like that this one is inexperienced though. Ideally, they would not be. Regular Bofors, a tow, Humberette, okay. A Valentine. This is a little bit you taking one of each of the tanks you own, isn't it? I'm not a massive fan of the Valentine. 9+ with a light AT gun, not worth 105 55 points. And then 3 pen carriers. You own 3 pen carriers, don't you? With boys anti-tank rifles. I like that. That means you can both do the LMG Daka, but you can also shoot the anti-tank rifle, making them miniature tanks, basically. That is nice. This can win you some games, although not many. Just at 1100 points, the firepower that is going to come out of some armored platoons is going to be massive compared to this. So, the one that I will recommend to you, Andrew, is the mortar platoon, and this one we'll go over more thoroughly. It's 20 auto dice, 1100 points. It's a late war British mortar reinforced platoon. It's got an inexperienced lieutenant and then mortar teams, inexperienced. Look at that, 35 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 medium mortars. This is insane. If any of them start hitting, start zeroing in, the enemy is going to be in real trouble. The amount of HE coming out of this list is insane. The only thing you need now is for the enemy to stand off so that you can shoot. And Andrew does this very cleverly. He's got the double observer again, the free artillery observer, upgraded to a naval observer, and he buys an extra artillery observer. So that is double observers coming in, and ideally you would want them to land in turn 2 for the first one, turn 3 for the second one, because you might even outpin some of his units, and you'll definitely have you'll have 3 turns in which all your medium mortars get to shoot and zero in on their targets. Those targets will most likely be hit if these 2 come down. I really like that. The infantry is weak. It just, if anything connects with your army, if anything managed to close the gap, you are in real trouble, because your infantry is just not going to save you, and the medium mortars are not going to save you. The boys anti-tank rifles, 3 of those going on ambush, just delivering pins or stopping anything rushing you. Doing that one shot, all of this needs to go on ambush in turn 1 and just stay on ambush until something approaches that it can kill. Stay on ambush and then shoot. Deliver pins, deliver damage. If it's a light vehicle or a tank, shoot, deliver pins. Keep them at bay for as long as possible. If you make the enemy hesitate, if you make the enemy waste just one turn where he's not rushing you, you're going to win. But if he does rush you, you're toast, basically. Even non-close combat armies can push this over in close combat. Vengeance, oh yeah, it's the only one that makes sense. Bofors, that too, put it on ambush. The quad tractor, yeah, you don't need it, but it's a 15. That's an easy order dice. A priest, yes. This could even go on ambush as well. Put it down and just load HE and call ambush on it. And then the Bren carriers, we've seen these before, haven't we? 3 Bren carriers, 1 with the boys. These all need to go on ambush as well. Just everything that's not firing in directly, go on ambush. Sit in front of your indirect shots. Giving yourself hard cover behind a Bren carrier is a perfectly valid tactic. And then just shoot, zero in, try to make the enemy waste the game, and then obliterate them in a hail of HE. And this can work. This is the one that I think you could win at least 2 games with. If you're ever in a position where you need to push up, though, that's going to be more difficult. Then you're going to need to be clever about how you push and how to do it all. So, those were my recommendation, Andrew. I think you should do the mortar thing. It seems like that is very strong if it hits. And I think you could win 2 games at a tournament with this, at least. Good. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.